move in a corset, huh? Well, then explain this. So there's this assumption that corsets are really uncomfortable and you can't move much in them. Well, that is not necessarily true, and today I wanted to show you in practice how much you can actually move in a corset. I have taken one of the original 1910s workouts from a Polish fitness magazine and I wanted to try it out. So let's begin. Let's start by rolling the neck. Workouts in the 1910s consisted mostly of gymnastics, so there is a lot of warm-ups and stretching exercises. Next, let's move on to the arms. So far, none of these movements are affected by the corset I'm wearing, but they are a necessary part of all of the routines mentioned in the original magazine. To warm up the legs, we're going to swing them backwards. A long lying corset affects this movement slightly because it prevents the back from arching too drastically. Next, you would pull your legs to your torso. Once again, the length of the bowing makes this movement harder. This movement would be probably easier in a Victorian corset because the bowing in those is shorter. The last stretching exercises include leaning forward and backwards as well as rotating your torso. Surprisingly, leaning forward and backwards isn't affected at all, because for these movements you lean from your hip. Leaning to the sides is slightly limited, because for this movement you lean from your waist. A kinda weird part of the 1910s workout are walking exercises. There are several of them and they really remind me of corrective exercises I had to do as a kid. Next, I did sit-ups. The magazine suggests doing them while standing on your tippy toes, but my bones were crackling so much that I opted for just regular ones. Oh gosh. Last two exercises are push-ups and crunches. During the crunches, the corset limits your movement a bit, the same way as it had while pulling your legs to your torso. I must also say, doing crunches with a corset on was definitely more tiring, and I could do more crunches and do them faster without it, though it still wasn't really uncomfortable. And that's the end of the workout. So, welcome to the new episode of a weird angle I will be filming at, because I don't have space to film and I'm filming this on a phone, so that's great. To show you what I'm talking about, I have to crouch to look at the camera, and the only way you can see my entire silhouette is if I literally go to the opposite side of the room. I don't even know if you can hear me from here. What is this? How do people film videos and stuff? I'm totally not ignoring my actual PE lessons online for this. Definitely not. I guess... What is this? Okay. I guess I'm words. I guess I'm doing PE anyway, so... I need to I need to find a place to like talk to you and not have to do this weird thing. I mean, this is enough of a workout for this video. Just me kinda sitting in the air. I'm gonna go look for something I can sit on. Ah, my ankle.
A few moments later.
Almost. Wait. Kinda. No, not really. Oh. A pillow, maybe? Will a pillow work? That's a good question. I need an actual chair. Is this... This is good enough, okay. So, while editing this video, I realized that the second part doesn't really tie in together because I go for like a 5-minute tangent about how I will probably not film the workout part because it would be boring, but I filmed it and I made it, so now it doesn't make sense, but at the same time it's hard to cut things out without the first bit. So basically what I'm trying to say to you is that you will now get just random tangents that I had while filming this. Yeah, enjoy. I'm back to crouching, okay? This is a 1910s corset that I made. And 1910s corset are really long, which this is why people often think that they are uncomfortable. The thing is, the boning only reaches your hip. I mean, it's a bit longer in the back. So, as you can see, you can sit comfortably in this corset because the boning ends perfectly at the places that you would actually bend. So this nothing is hurting me when I sit down. Once again, I'm skipping a big chunk of this video because I am once again doing like leaning down, leaning to the sides and stuff, and you've already seen this in the workout part. I mean, at this footage that I'm seeing right now, I'm explaining this a little bit more, but I think you already get the gist of it. So what is this video? I am having a mental breakdown. That's what is going on. I hope you enjoyed. Should you enjoy should you enjoy my mental breakdown? I mean, if it what's going on here? Can you lean back? The boning is in the middle of my hip pretty much. So you would think there's no way she can lean back in this. I will show you how much I can lean down in this. That's pretty far for leaning back. That's pretty far for leaning back in a corset. And can I stand up? I can. There's no restriction. Because when you lean back, you can't really, even without the corset, you can't really lean back straight from the hip. You just make a curve with your hips, legs, and basically everything that you can move backwards. So you don't do like this shape because this is just not physically possible to do in a corset or without a corset. You do more like, you move more in a circle then you do in a square. If I can lean to the floor in a corset, lean back to the floor in a corset, there is pretty much no movement I can do this in this. So you think you can move in a corset, huh? Well, then explain this. This is actually hard. Oh. My muscles. My 12-year-old self wouldn't be proud of me. Oh, no, but really. My 12-year-old self would have done it so much better. Can I do a wheel pose again without dying? We're about to find out. Is the angle right? Why do I speak like that? We're about to find out. I'm gonna have to edit this and cringe at my own jokes. But at least I look kinda pretty in this lighting. Just kinda. Okay, I'm getting too tired to do a wheel pose over and over again. I don't know if I should do anything else for this to make it funny. How do you make working out funny? I don't know. How do I transfer my Gen Z energy into this? So, I did gymnastics when I was 12. When I was 12, my 12-year-old self wouldn't be proud of me, probably. I can barely do a split right now. I mean, I could do a split. Do you want me to do a split? Is a split in a corset interesting? I mean, as far as I know, you don't have a corset on your legs. Why do people think that everything is so difficult in a corset? Pretty much the only thing that is limited in this is maybe the side, but I still can reach a lot. I mean, I know people that are less flexible than I am in a corset. If you think you can do something in a corset, you probably can't do without a corset. Let's be honest. Go outside, go breathe some air, go on a run, go warm up, do exercises. I don't know. Try to learn how to do a split. I mean, it's a cool party trick, I guess. You could make a career on a split. Just go and do it. Don't be like, well, women wear corsets. How did they live? They probably all died because they were suffocated by the corset. How did they even get up from bed? I mean, they couldn't do a push-up. I don't know why a woman would be in her bed in a corset. And you can do a push-up in a corset. Maybe not so comfortable as without a corset, but you can do it. Just do it. I mean, seriously. You can dance in a corset, you can horse ride in a corset, you can do gymnastics in a corset. I showed you how to do not how to do, but I showed you me doing a wheel pose in a corset. A wheel pose in a corset. I mean, come on. This is irritating to hear. I mean, pretty much my entire generation knows that you can in fact move in a corset just because of Karolina Żebrowska. She has changed the generation forever. What am I doing? I don't know. I will have to find a way to add this, make it funny. because honestly I think this video is pretty boring because this is just so... I don't understand why people would think that you can't move in a corset, so moving in a corset isn't really interesting for me. Let's make it at least funny. I hope I can make this funny. Yeah. I should end this round.